Do you know how much money you spent last month? If not, make sure you watch this video because this is day 11 of the 30-day goal challenge, talking about financial literacy and financial freedom. And for you to become financially free, you need to start understanding how much money you're actually spending each and every month. And so let's go ahead and get into today's video. Hey, if you're new to the channel, my name is Jason. I've been an expat/nomad for 10 years now. I'm now in my fourth country, third continent, here in Lusaka, Zambia, where I have settled down, setting up roots. I do have permanent residency here. And so one of the things I'm starting to do is reestablish my businesses, reestablish my finances, and I'm just taking you along the journey and sharing you the things I'm learning along the way here. And so today is day 11, and today we're talking about reviewing your spending habits. And you need to check last month. If you have not wrote a budget, then you need to just go look through your bank, try to remember as much as possible, and just write it down. The beautiful thing about this is you do not have to be perfect. You don't have to have every single penny that you spent, but you do need to have an understanding of what you're actually spending. Because as you start having an understanding of how you're spending, you can start getting down to understanding your habits with money. Most of us do not have a clear understanding of our money habits. And this is why it's very hard for a lot of people to handle money. And what I mean by that is, for me to go from someone who used to have payday loans, car title loans, pawn stuff, couldn't manage my money at all, until I started understanding my spending habits, that's when I started understanding how to handle money. School doesn't teach us this. I'm going to keep saying this every single day. School does not prepare us for life. School does not prepare us for life. It doesn't teach us about compounding. School doesn't teach us how to do proper investments. It don't teach us how to budget our daily expenses. It don't teach us how to budget our lives. School doesn't teach us how to live beneath our means. School doesn't teach us anything. Like, yes, you can have all of these degrees, you can have all of these papers, these great marks, but if you can't manage your money, are you really living a good life? And the answer is no. Every single day I run into people who are extremely way more educated than me. I see them making poor financial decisions. I see them wasting money on liabilities such as going out drinking, partying, even going out to eat. They're not focused on asset collection. They're not focused on doing things that's going to produce income while they're sleeping. And when you talk to them, they'll be like, oh, well, I can just go earn money. The truth is you can only earn so much money with physical labor. Until you start making money, earn money for you, you're not going to get out of your situation. And people don't talk about this. School doesn't teach this. And it annoys me now. And I'm not anti-school because I'm actually thinking about going to college here in Lusaka and getting my doctorate degree in psychology. But the problem with school is it's a time and place for it. Like even now, like I want to start setting up a program to help university students here to where stop wasting your money on going out drinking and partying and go set up businesses. If you can be in a university for 5 years and you're partying and drinking all of those 5 years, think about how much money you have wasted. But we're not taught to think about that. The professors don't teach you about setting up businesses because they're usually trying to drink and sleep with the kids. Other grown men are trying to just drink and sleep with them. Like no one is teaching the next generation how to take care of themselves. And we're in this perpetual cycle of poverty. And it's ridiculous. And I know it doesn't sound cute, it doesn't sound nice, but it's the truth. How many more generations are we going to have of people going to school, wasting their young life away? And then when they finish that education, they're out here broke. They have no clue on what to do. Instead, they could have done all of that time, all of that money they were getting for going to school, putting it towards actually creating a business. And if you do a business for 5 years, guess what? You're going to learn how to operate that business. You're going to see what doesn't work. You're going to figure out what does work. You're going to try things that are successful. You're going to find what things are not successful. And then that's how you become successful in business. Remember, the definition of success, according to Earl Nightingale, is the progressive realization of a worthy idea. What is more worthy of an idea than you being financially free? You're not having to live with your parents. You're not having to live with roommates. How many people do I see nowadays are in relationships because of finances. And what I mean by that is they're only in these relationships because they can't afford to live alone. And then they wonder why they hate each other. You see so many so-called couples, and I'm like, you're not a couple, you're roommates. You're glorified roommates who are just sleeping together, and you think you're in a relationship. At the end of the day, you don't like each other. And if you do not like your partner, you're never going to get along or have a perfect life. And then because so many people are in these financial situations, they're the only reason they have so much time together is the financial obligations each other are bringing because they need one another. And then they're like, oh no, but it's love. It's not love. Most people in relationships now are only in a relationship because they're broke. They're not in a relationship because they love their partner or because they want to be with them. So if we actually start taking the time to focus on our finances first, which is one of the things I always tell guys, if you're a young guy, you do not need to be in a relationship. It's too expensive for you. If you're in university, you don't need to be in a relationship. It's too expensive for you. And there's no point in doing it. Like, why would you get in a relationship? You're going to be broke. You're not going to be able to do things. You're not going to be able to maintain a certain standard. So you might as well wait until you get financially stable. And I don't know why people are not teaching people this. Like I was just watching a video earlier, because power literally just came back. I've been waiting 24 hours for power, by the way. Zesco, I don't know how hard it is to have a schedule, but man, it must take a really high college degree to get that type of job there to be able to know what time to flip a switch off and on at the same time, which they can't do. So I guess there's nobody qualified for it. Yes, I'm being messy. But I was just watching this video and it was a woman who she divorced her husband, who's a nurse. And then she was hysterical. And she's like, oh, how, being a single mother is horrible. Being a single mother is the most difficult thing. It's not fair. She doesn't have the money and it's all his fault. He ruined her life. And I'm just like, why did you have kids before you're ready? Like, we have to start growing up and we need to talk about our finances. Hey, immigration lady, how are you doing? We need to start talking about our finances. Stop putting yourself in grown folk situations if you do not have the finances of a grown person. I don't know why that is so hard in today's era. Because even with me choosing not to have kids at a young age, somebody was like, oh, you're going to be a grandfather, dad. And I'm like, so because I waited till I was financially stable and I'm in a place to where I know I can not only take care of my kids financially, but the time quality that I can put into any children I have now, I don't need them going to a daycare. I don't need them going to school, even if I don't want them in school. And I'm like, so I'm being judged because I chose to be someone who was about their priorities. I saw through my brothers, I saw through my mom, like raising kids is difficult. And if you do it with the wrong partner, you're in hell. And so I made up a decision at a very young age. I either wasn't going to have kids or I was going to wait till I'm very financially stable to be able to do so, because I did not want to have a kid. And I don't trust people with raising kids now. Like when I see some of the stuff that people do and say around kids, and I'm like, that is that their mind is like clay. You're molding it and you're molding it full of dumb stuff. And I know exactly how I would want all of my future offsprings to be molded. And I will not allow somebody to fill them with dumb stuff. And so the fact that I have 24 hours of my day, I can spend all of that with any kids that I have. But all of that is because I was tracking my finances, man. I was doing all of these steps that I'm talking to you about each and every single day. I do it to this day. Like this month is my mom's birthday, so I want to send her something, flowers and stuff. It's not going to be cheap. But guess what? I know every October I have to set aside a certain amount of budget that I use to purchase her something for her birthday. But what is it that you have to spend on October? What do you spend on in September? For me, September is a month I don't really do much. The only reason I even spent a lot of money or invested a lot of money this September was because I went in with two other guys and we purchased a car to be used as a ride share. And so that it was purchasing an asset. If I wasn't purchasing that asset, all that money would still be sitting in my account. Like, you really have to start looking at life that way. Why are you just throwing all of your money away on liabilities every single day, every single week, every single month? Because if you're not going to change your habits, you can't expect your life to change. There's no magical job that's going to pay you so much money to where everything just goes away. Even if you get a lump sum of money, it's not going to change your life. Like for me, when I got my disability pension from the military all those years ago, it took me, I think, 12 years to finally get it. And I went through hell and back to get it, fighting with the VA to get it. I finally got it. I got a large lump sum of money as back pay. And guess what I did? I paid off all of my debt. It was the stupidest thing I could have done. Because when I looked up, all that money went away. They told me, they was like, hey, you're going to have to go broke before we end up giving you your money anyway. So you might as well start now, which is just the dumbest thing. But what I didn't understand, because I was trying to be a good person and I was being financially stupid. I paid off all of that debt. But if I would have put that money into cash producing assets or something that was going to give me a return of interest to this day, if I would have just put it in the stock market, in the S&P 500, it would have made more money for me. I didn't understand deflation of currency. I didn't understand assets and liabilities. I thought paying off debt was putting me into an asset. It wasn't. Guess what happened? My credit score dropped because now I wasn't carrying any debt. I had paid everything to zero. All of these other different things, there was factors. And if you do not understand the financial system, you're not going to make the right decision, even if you get a lump sum of money. I'm living proof of it. This is how I can watch these shows like I Blew It. And, I laugh because part of me is laughing at myself. I remember how I blew a lump sum of money. But then when it happened to me again, where I had got a second lump sum of money, I invested it in myself. I invested it in my knowledge. I invested it in business. I invested it in crypto. So even from that lump sum now, I still make money off of that. It's because I learned from my mistakes of the past. And this is why today's exercise is review your last month's spending. You need to learn from the past. What's that old saying? If you don't learn from the past, you're doomed to repeat it. It's not really talking about the past of the history. It's talking about your personal past. What choices have you made in the past that you're carrying over till today? Like, you have to start looking at that from a financial perspective. What are you holding on to financially that you're carrying on from the past to today? And one of the best ways to do it is through a budget. I told you, you're going to keep hearing about tracking your expenses a lot of times for this next 30 days. The reason why you're hearing it over and over and over again, it's important. You need to know what you spend by a day. You know what you need to spend weekly. You know what you need to spend. You need to know what you spend monthly. You need to know what you spend yearly. Once you have all of that together, you can start creating appropriate short and long-term goals when it comes to finances. You can wish and dream all you want to become a millionaire or billionaire, but if you have zero understanding of how you're actually spending your money, how can you ever get there? You don't have a roadmap. You have to create a roadmap for financial success. That is what all this is about, creating your roadmap to get you to financial success. You can do it. I believe in you. I'm telling you, if I can do it, anyone can do it. I remember having the car title loan. I'm not proud of that, but I'm not ashamed of it either. It's my story. I remember I had a Dell Latitude laptop and a Sunnyvale laptop. I used to pawn those when I needed gas money to get back and forth to the military base. Like, yes, I had a top secret clearance and I still did not have any understanding of finances. People that I worked with had top secret clearances. They did not have understandings of finances. So like, it's not like it's just a certain demographic or group of people. This is the entire world. There are a lot of people who earn a lot of money that have no understanding of their finances. In fact, a lot of people who earn a lot of money are some of the brokest people. If they were really, to be honest with you, explain how much debt they have, you will probably see their net worth is below zero. And you'd be like, damn, what are you doing with all your money? Because one of the problems is their money's being seen. They're not utilizing it as a tool. And that's one of the things, once I started learning that, I started realizing my money needs to be a tool. That's why I showed you yesterday some of the assets. Like I tell you, you can get into blockchain mining. You can, hey, how you doing, Star Love? How you been? Are you back in Nigeria? You can get into precious metals such as silver and gold. Had to go to the bank today to do some stuff. And I was asking, I was like, hey, do y'all have these Zambian silver ounces? She was so confused on what I was talking about. And I was like, no, these are silver coins for collecting. They're worth money. She thought I was talking about the regular currency. And I was like, no, this is silver. She was like, no, I've never seen that before. And I was like, and I'm showing her the picture of it because it's online. And I was like, do you think maybe if I go to Bank of Zambia, I can get it there? Because I am looking for the Zambian silver coins. Because then that would save me a lot of time and money without having to go to South Africa just to purchase silver, if I can get them here from the bank. So I am going to be going to the Bank of Zambia probably maybe this week if I have time. But I'm not going to promise that. But if I do find out if they have the coins, I will let you know. Because if you're in Zambia, you need to start stocking up on silver. Put those things away. Just you buy it and you just set it aside. It's a great way to start creating an asset collection, and it's not costing that much money. It's not breaking the bank for you. And so today's going to be a very short one because I'm very behind. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not even going to do a Q&A today for TikTok. And I apologize if you're on TikTok and you was waiting on me at 1600 or 4 p.m. Power just came. My power stations was off. I have to go buy 1 or 2 more power stations. I was even looking into some solar because I'm like, I can't keep dealing with this. 24 hours without power, it just messes too much stuff up. And so like I had to do a little bit more work. And then I also need to go ahead and start cooking dinner too. So just remember your exercise for today, for day 11, is record your expenses from last month. Go through, record them, and see where are you spending your money. Like, what are you buying on? Are you going out to eat a lot? Are you eating a lot of takeaway or fast food? Are you spending a lot on petrol? Are you doing a lot of frivolous driving? Are you wasting a lot on alcohol? Are you going on a lot of dates? For my guys out there, are you courting a little bit too many women? You may need to slow down a little bit. But look and see, where is that money going? Because once you start seeing where it's going, now you can redirect that money into better places. And it's all about just doing better. It's not about perfection when it comes to finances. It's about just doing little things better at a time, and they will add up and start compounding for you. And so just remember this, I'm Jason, and success is simple once you know how.